Alive? Hello everyone. Welcome to trial. Welcome to trial. I'm gonna have to go to the stream playback. We are not black on this stream. Alright, I'm gonna have to go to the stream playback. We are not black. Okay, that should be fine. I'll turn this up by like a notch. There we go. We connected? Yeah, I don't have a TikTok live stream, but we should be connected. Stream. Okay, it's under the Mayo time. Alright. What's up? We should be good. Let's see if my chat works. Hopefully it's not laggy as fuck, but alright. Oh, there it is. Oh, right, it's... No, let me just... Can I rotate it? Does that work? Oh, I can. I can just rotate it. Wait. Okay, welcome to court. Welcome to Kangaroo Court. We're good. I'm waiting on my my jury here. Let's see. Where is he? He's like an hour late to the stands. This is sickening behavior. I will have him reimbursed anally, if that makes sense. Basically, the point of this stream, alright, because I'm probably gonna do something with the VOD, maybe, depends on how well I can use my English language, is it's just gonna be like a, I might turn it into like something, not long form, but an actual video, like a documentary, video essay. No, I don't know. But the whole point is that I think Under the Mayo was kind of like shat on way too hard for zero reason, and I don't understand it, because he was like right with about 92% of the things he said. So that is the point of today's stream. We will be going over why he was right, why the Ultra Kill community sucks, and why I hate all of you. But first of all, now he's not pulling up. He's my hired goon, bro. I'm just waiting. Do you like the music, by the way? I think I cooked. Right, we've got court. It's Kangaroo Court. If he'll pull up. Before he PMOs. Wait, why is my YouTube not up? Is YouTube up? YouTube is not. Oh no, yes it is. Yes it is. I think. Okay, found it. Put that up on YouTube Studio. If I know how. Go live. How do I... Yeah, live now. How do I bring up the panel? There we go. There we go. I am desperately stalling for time, because he's still not pulling up. I've got that up. I might just start without him, to be honest. Is everything working, at least? Twitch is up, but, you know, it's Twitch. Why does it say drops enabled? How are there drops for Ultra Kill? Why is that a thing? Is that a thing? Are there Ultra Kill drops? Maybe. Also, why is my noise gate just not working on my mic? How does that work? Let me push it up to like, up to here. At least it's not zone porn. It's arguably worse. I'm coming after the Ultra Kill fanbase. Wait, yeah, no, why is my noise gate so low? Whatever. And, it's not they're not the kindest folk. I'm essentially just saying, like, this guy is like the Adolf Hitler of Ultra Kill players for some reason, and I don't get why. So, who knows? But at least, you know, we are back to being a fish for now. If I have to get super credits later, it's back to the bug. But I'm waiting on the fat man to pull up. But if he takes too long, I think I'll give it like 5 more minutes. Yeah, if he doesn't show up within like 4 minutes, I'm probably just gonna start and go over why he's right. And then I might turn this stream into a video, but who knows? Who knows? Oh, there he is. He's here. Get into kangaroo court. Get in kangaroo court. Wait, I have to take him to kangaroo court. Alright, Discord? Yeah, Discord works. Welcome to kangaroo court.
Hey, we're in Kangaroo, we're in Australia!
Yeah, we're in kangaroo court. Who's the fat man?
Me!
Tell him your story, John. Tell him.
Okay, so basically I was brought up in a perfectly fine family, and my family loves me, and I'm really upset about that, because I don't get a cool backstory. Anyway, hello!
But he's big and wide. Would you like to come to the stand? Have you seen the stream yet?
No, I have not. I'll have to... I've just got out the shower, I'll have to see.
And you didn't provide proof?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll send you that later.
Yes, get in. Anyway, pull it up, pull it up. Let's have a look, we're starting. It's now in session. If you would please, if you would kindly.
Yes, I'll pull up the stream, let me see this.
Wait, do I add you to the... I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna add like a really fat guy. Fat guy. Alright, an AI generated fat guy, that works.
No, I'm not AI.
Here you are.
I am not. I am human generated, my mother made me.
Ooh, that's tough. Wait, here we go. I'll add you into the stand.
We really are in court, what is this?
Yeah, welcome. It's kangaroo court. Order in the court, yes. Okay, here you go. There he is.
Hello, I'm in the courtroom. I'm here.
He's in the stands. We'll put him at the back so he doesn't disturb anyone.
I mean, I think you can see me wherever I am. It's okay.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, whoops. Is multi-chat locked? Yeah. Oh, the stands aren't. Wait, lock the stands. Move the fat guy. There we go. Order in the court, please. Order in the court. We'll move this guy behind chat. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna start. I think I'm just gonna cover the basis, tackle each thing. If anyone in the jury would like to, you know, try somehow prove me wrong, feel free. But I'm pretty sure every criticism Mayo made, besides infinite ammo, we will ignore that.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so adamant about that.
He's gonna die on that hill for some reason. I think that is a fundamental change to the game's like core design, which is bad. Right? You can change a game without breaking the... How did I just connect to TikTok chat? I'm not even live on TikTok. Whatever.
What are you?
I've got the whole saga here, or at least all 4 I could find. So hopefully, you know, there's nothing more. There is another one. There's the OG video that kind of like started it all, but that video just seemed like bait. So we will start with this. This seems like the magnum opus. 6 minutes.
Here we are in a non-confrontational
Is
video,
it-
not taking digs at the fan base.
Is the balance all good? It should be.
Undergoing potential changes.
Might turn it up.
Talk about how I'd like Ultra Kill
Yeah.
to change parts of its design. It's not because I hate
I
it.
think you can
I
hear
don't
Ultra
like
Kill.
Ultra Kill. I like Ultra Kill. I started to like Ultra Kill over a year ago when I forced myself to start trying to beat levels quickly, which led to more weapon variety and high style rankings. So let me make that clear. I'm not calling Ultra Kill bad. I enjoy it for the most part, especially Act 2. If you've heard my criticisms,
Okay, I just like to opening statement, very solid from the defense here. He has clearly stated that he is not just shitting on the game, despite you know what the rabid Ultra Kill fan base, you know, the dogs try and make him out to be. He is not Adolf Hitler. We have established that in the he is not the Adolf Hitler of Ultra Kill. We have established that.
New.
I know, right? It's crazy, but.
you know that my main problem is the balance of Act 1 and how the game poorly sets up new players to play stylishly, which then poorly sets you up for the difficulty spikes. It's not about me anymore, I already know how to generally play Ultra Kill, it's about new players. One of my suggestions was that
Don't we have subtitles? I don't know how to read.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll add. I think the only option is auto caption. Yeah. Again, that's another thing to cover. It is, for some reason, everyone just brushed it off as skill issue, which I think you have to have holes in your brain to. If that's your takeaway from this video by the end of this, if you think it's just a skill issue and he only wants to use Piercer, you have holes in your brain and you need to be psychedelically evaluated. But
style meter should be tied to health regeneration, which it is now. Awesome. One of my suggestions was having the style meter regenerate infinite ammo, not give it to you by default.
and then the two take again. Just I'm not gonna pause every time he mentions this. Infinite ammo. I don't know what crack he's on. I don't know why he's you know.
This your goat, bro.
This ain't my goat, bro. This ain't my goat. My goat washed. Okay, my goat is washed. The infinite ammo thing
so
is
washed.
like an old man yelling at clouds. I don't know why he's trying to die on that hill, but you know,
You're supposed to play Doom, I think.
you can agree to disagree, which is fine. Not everything will be perfect, but the first half of that statement, I mean, he's not wrong. He's not fucking wrong, is he? He's not as bad. He only killed 3 million Jews, both are still bad. Bro, what has he done other than the infinite ammo thing? We're going to go through the video. I need you to point out one... Alright, ignore infinite ammo.
I think
right?
3 million Jews is pretty comparable to infinite ammo.
Also, look, I'm not going to get caught up on the funny apples to oranges. Alright, I'm just going to say that he's not bad. He's not shit at the game. It's not a skill issue. He just, for some reason, is the ammo thing. Other than that, he's been right so far. Style should be tied to something. It now is. So he's currently what I was gonna say 1 for 1. He's 1 for 2 because the infinite ammo thing, the ammo in general.
Firmly rejected, and that's okay. But I will elaborate on that for a minute. I don't want to take.
I wonder how many
the
like
game.
zeros he's gonna get just from the infinite ammo.
More interesting and something for new players to work towards as they're learning, even if it's just an optional game mode. But I get it. Having an ammo limit of any kind is too Doom, and we all know that Doom is the only shooter with an ammo limit.
But just ignore this part. This is
other suggestions
old man rambling.
Balance Ultra Kill to better educate new players on how to kill with style. Because look, I guarantee I'm not the only person who went into this game the first time, saw how easy it was to just hop around in circles and mindlessly mash pistol and spam charge shot. I'm aware of the large Ultra Kill community out there, but you guys gotta realize you don't hear from the players that quit. You don't hear from the people who come to your game from recommendation or curiosity, play for a couple hours and say, I don't get it, what's so special about this? And then uninstall. If the game better showed off how fun it can be, your community would be larger, you'd have more people recommending it, sales would be higher, etc. While I do...
Okay. This was that I think he didn't miss at all. That is completely true. Style is now is, so it should be ignored. No. It should not be ignored. That is an original in his very first video. I don't have it present because it's very schizophrenic. It's like 12 minutes of him like doing, like dragging out a bit. It's really bad. I did not like it. I could not sit through more than, 2 minutes of it. I'd prefer to tackle an actual informative review instead of just rage baiting. And that's true. Okay. The game should be more catering to, not catering, but it should show you what it has to offer. The fact that you start with the Piercer and the Piercer is good objectively. You can go through all of Act 1. I will do it now on stream if I must to provide to the court, okay? There is no incentive for new players to use anything other than the Piercer until they get to V1, in which case it is an insane difficulty spike and they will quit the game. Because there is no incentive in Prelude and Limbo for you to be like, yeah, let me try use the style thing. And I'm not ignoring the style thing because it was, again, he mentioned it before it was in the game and then it was added to the game, so you know how happy he is with that one. So he's gone 2 for 3, I'd say.
Do you think that regenerating ammo through the style meter...
When's he going to mention it for ammo again?
He's just mentioned. You speak and he shall be summoned. Speak. Like...
While I do think that regenerating ammo through the style meter would be a
He's
good way
not
of
gonna
encouraging
drop
new players to
it.
experiment.
He's never going to drop that. But I think if we ignore that, there's other ways to tackle that issue. Because this game, objectively, I don't care what anyone says about how, well, I don't have that issue, so blah, 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 right? The game, objectively, to new players, okay, and this is his point, and I don't get why everyone gets so caught up on this. Every Ultra Kill player under the sun is like, this is Hitler, because he wants to take away our ammo. No, well, he does, okay?
He really does.
It's in human nature to try new things, so we don't it's their fault. No, that's retarded. That's retarded. You can't just say it's in human nature to try new things, because...
Listen, we have to
like,
imagine we're talking to a game journalist right now. You gotta,
not
like,
just
they're
game
normal
no,
people at the end of the day.
Right, we don't cater to game journalists. That's subhuman. But
Wow.
it's like, you don't pick up Devil May Cry and then hit every single combo with every single weapon, right? The game encourages you. It like, introduces you to why this is important, why you do this. Like, you shouldn't completely cut off people from trying your game because they didn't
Does Devil
experiment.
May Cry do that? The only thing I've seen of it is
No.
you playing it, and you just kind of hit the same thing constantly.
Because that's kind of all I had, and then they gave me the nunchucks, and then I just didn't like Devil May Cry 3, and I haven't played it since. It's just not my game. Maybe Devil May Cry 5 is better. But you can't just say it's in human nature, because it's not. It's in nature of currently the Ultra Kill fandom, which is very small and very loud. The Ultra Kill fandom is nowhere near as big as it appears to be. It's just they are so annoying and loud that it seems like they're everywhere. Like, the game's popular, but like not super popular, you know? Like, people that have never tried this type of game, like a stylish shooter, like, you know, they only play Battlefront, Call of Duty, whatever, they're like, oh, or Titanfall, right? They have experience, or Doom. Doom's a massive one, right? They play Doom. Like, a Doom player coming to Ultra Kill is gonna be like, I don't get it. Once I just have this gun, I'm gonna use this, and then suddenly I get to this boss is really annoying, I'm gonna close the game. That's their nature. It's not human nature to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get the coins, and I'm gonna do all this, because the game gives you a... Can't vouch for DMC, never played it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's similar. I haven't really played much of it either. I played the first one, skipped the second one, played a bit of the third one, and the third one I didn't like. So I now need to play the fifth one. But it's not in human nature to just be a god at Ultra Kill. It's not. You get given your weapon that clears the room. I'm gonna clear the room with it, right? Which is, he goes over more in this video.
There's other ways we can do this. The first is to address the starting weapon issue, the piercer, the charge shot. This gun is not OP, it's just way too powerful to put in the hands of someone learning the game and looking for a good fight. You could switch it out for the coin pistol, which is a lot harder to abuse if you're just learning the game. Not being good at it would make the earlier levels more challenging as a result, and players would be trying to learn this weapon's use much earlier because shooting coins is their only real source of damage. Maybe they would discover how to reflect a coin against a malicious face in the early levels. By using the coin shot, they're learning something stylish right away instead of a really easy to use, easy to abuse exploding rail cannon shot. This would put a little more pressure on learning the...
I think that's his point. Right, I think that's the end of it. Is Devil May Cry 1? It's okay. It's old. It's an old game, so you know you take the good with the bad. It's alright.
Very old.
I played all of it, which is, you know, I guess something. I didn't play all of Devil May Cry 3, so, but it's, you know, it's not long. You can get it over with in like a few days. I enjoyed it, kind of. You know, like I said, old game. But anyway, back on this point. The coins is... Right. He is 100% correct here. I really do not get how you can tackle this argument. I need to hear every form of devil's advocate. I need to hear, like Satan himself speak to me here. Because how has he missed with this? Objectively, this game would see more people enjoying it if you started with the coin pistol. Because it's more, it just makes more sense. It's stylish, right? It's everything Ultra Kill's trying to be, right? Like, I don't get how Hikita thinks it's a good idea to give the new players the piercer instead of the new players the coins, which are still pretty, you know, easy. You can still just use it as the piercer, right? You can just click, 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 click everyone's head. But the fact you have the coins is like, oh, I can experiment with this. This is more challenging. It's not just this giant beam of kill everything in my way and just you know, you can experiment around with it, and it has limited resources as well, so you can't just spam it. I know the piercer is also resourced on a very short cooldown, but you know, the coins are way more challenging, but they're not. It won't be like a shot off of the game. Anyone can use this weapon, right? How can anyone argue against this? I do not get how it would be a bad change for this game for Ultra Kill to swap the starting weapon from Piercer to the Marksman or Sharpshooter. I don't know the difference. Can't remember which one's which. Red and green.
Sharpshooter's the red one.
Right. Like how? Please, someone give me any argument against this, because this just seems like 100%. Yeah, that's a good change. The game should do that, right? I don't get why you'd start with the Piercer when you could start with the coins. Doesn't make sense to me.
Was the coins even like in the game on the very first version?
Maybe, I guess that could be it. Maybe Hikita just like, too lazy to swap it out.
Just changing the very start weapon.
Yeah. The only argument is, well, the Piercer's simpler. That's the only thing I can think of is the Piercer being more simple for a new player, and that's just against the entire argument. Then your entire argument for Ultra Kill just falls apart, because I thought the whole point is that, you know, they should be experimenting. Like, the whole point is experiment. It's in human nature. Style, right? Why would you want to give new players the easier baby weapon when you can give them something with more style, more nuance, more, you know, skill expression? I think doing
this... At the point, Your Honor, have you ever shot through 10 filth with one Piercer round?
Ooh, that's true. That's true. I think the starting level should be changed. The very first prelude should be changed to the Marksman and have more things revolving around the Marksman, instead of putting you in these tight corridors and going, hey, you can wipe out an entire corridor with the Piercer, because they do that. That is in the prelude. I can pull up the prelude right now. The whole point of the level is like, walk through this corridor, annihilate the corridor with your Piercer. That's setting a bad precedent for new players.
Projectile parry, which right now is so easy to ignore and just plain forget about for a long time. Take away the Piercer, and now parrying projectiles feels like a more powerful option to take advantage of.
I'm not sure what this one is, though. I'm kind of confused. I don't see how the Piercer correlates to projectiles. I'm a bit lost on this one, Chief. I'm gonna need a better explanation, because...
What? I don't know, actually. I don't even know what he said. He's just saying...
He just said
projectile.
People aren't parrying enough, which is true. The game doesn't put enough emphasis on, you know, parrying.
Easy to use, easy to abuse, exploding rail cannon shot. This
right.
Objection.
Learning the projectional parry.
Go on, I'm waiting.
So easy to ignore.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for a long time.
So if Sloth said it's gonna be not.
Yeah, he needs his like special needs chocolate milk. It's okay. You can take the jury takes 5. You can go be special. Okay. Jury takes 5.
Recess.
We're taking recess so you can drink your fucking milk cartons.
Pressure on learning the projectile parry, which right now is so easy to ignore.
I still have chocolate milk
for a long time. Take away the Piercer, and now parrying projectiles feels like a more powerful option to take advantage of. On top of that, since players would have to...
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what this means. Maybe because the parrying projectiles is like a big explosion, right? Which is essentially what the Piercer kind of does, because the Piercer can take out an entire wave of enemies. So maybe he's saying parries, but if they don't have the Piercer that can clear entire waves of enemies, they'd have more reason to parry. I think that's what he's getting at. I'm pretty sure it is. Which again, what's this now? 5 for 6, 4 for 5, because he's still dying on that ammo hill. But again,
how many counterpoints is this man making after he said infinite ammo? Like, no wonder they clowned on him so hard.
Like, I don't get how anyone can watch this and be like, "Grr, you're taking away my Ultra Kill." I don't get what you can be mad about. I don't get why he's so vilified, other than the ammo thing, because that he is trying to take our ammo. I don't get it.
To unlock it, increase the cost of the Piercer weapon mod, so that
they're taking the women, the children, and the ammo, bro.
They're taking our jobs, they're taking our women, they're taking our children, and they're taking our fucking ammo. It's despicable.
And for a while after that. Why? Because look, you don't have to share my experience to understand it. But my experience was, after 2 levels of exploding groups of enemies with easy
give them the coin launcher, and then when they find the shotgun, they can get the big booms.
It blows up groups of enemies and does a lot of damage. Well, that's what the charge shot is already doing, effectively, at close or long range, and I'm already used to it, so I'm not very excited by this. It kind of feels redundant. I'm not...
Again, I mean, couldn't really say it better. You can't argue with that. That's not like a subjective thing. But no, it is a subjective thing, sorry. Right? So you can't really argue it. That's what he went through. He's only agreeing with the Hitler of Ultra Kill because he still salty over red only. I mean, to be fair, in red only I was left with nothing but the sharpshooter to click everything. So, I mean, maybe it's just seeping in.
I mean, you also got left with the Knuckle Blast, which is what he primarily uses. Which is insane man behavior. I don't know if I can trust anything this man says.
This guy ironically played with Knuckle Blaster Piercer for like the majority of Act 1. But
I guess there's just no incentive to play with the parries.
Yeah, but I
mean,
mean,
not taking damage.
There isn't, though. There really isn't any incentive to. And everyone has this argument, you know, it's funny to point out, look, I'll just scroll in the comments. We'll see it. We're about to see the wave of comedy here. Because it's funny to, like, point out, where is it? There's the type of guy who wouldn't visit his ill grandma because there's nothing to incentivize it. Funny, haha, right? But it doesn't take away from his point. It's a game. They need incentive, right? Like, you shouldn't just...
I feel like the incentive to parrying is not getting hit by the projectile you've just parried.
I mean, there is incentive to parrying, but it's not well incentivized. Like, in later levels, in Cybergrind, in Act 2, and all this stuff, right? Then it is incentivized because the game gets harder. But the earlier levels, right, Act 1 and the Prelude, do nothing to set you up for that. Like, there's nothing to, you know, establish that you're going to need a parry, you're going to need to do this. Because all they do, right, in Prelude, this is a massive, what's the word, power spike? I don't know, difficulty spike? The amount of players, I don't think there's a statistic for this. I don't think Hikita's coded that in. But if there was a statistic for the amount of people that played and then quit on V1 due to the difficulty spike, right? You would see it would be colossal, right? There is so many players.
Am I a minority?
Yo, does that mean I have to slay you now?
No.
But like,
I thought V2 was fun.
So many people quit on V2. So many people. I know a lot of people that played Ultra Kill, got to V2, went, this isn't fucking fair. I've went through the entire game, right, being really easy, right? And then you get to V2 and it just fucking slaps you in the face. That's not good game design. Bean 9087. The same bean or a different bean? Or is that
different bean?
Maybe different beans. Who knows?
It's
multiplying bean. Who knows what bean this is?
Why is bean so common? It's like 3 beans.
Welcome to Court Bean. What did...
We're arguing about Under the Mayo today.
Pretty much, yeah. And how he's innocent. Again, he's gone about 5 for 6. The only thing he's got wrong is because of the infinite ammo. Might be because I'm used to this game, but I quit multiple times on Act 2. Gabe came back and beat it. That's different. That's more... Act 2 Gabriel is more like...
Act 2 Gabe's a bum.
I like Act 2 Gabriel. I like the later... Like, in Act 2, it is really good. The game is really good, right? It's just from a difficulty standpoint in Act 1, right? I don't mean to get pirate software on you, but this game goes from piss easy brain dead baby mode, get to V2, sorry, and so many people quit.
Yeah, you said V1 this entire stream, dude.
Yeah, bro, they're the same thing. They're all the same fucking clanker, right? The same fucking oil packs.
Not saying that the piercer and the shotgun ultimately do occupy the same
ChatGPT would not be happy to hear that, bro.
When they are first presented, they do, because of the piercer's power and simplicity. They have very similar uses, and that can make it seem like there's no reason to use something new as long as the old thing still works just fine and basically does the same thing. Good players know how to use these weapons accordingly, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about how the game communicates its systems to new players. If players...
I shouldn't have had that entire spiel, but yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Same thing. He just blooded it up way faster. But the game to new players...
I think the shotgun's awesome because it explodes and doesn't just go through things.
I've seen a lot of critiques about his videos. There's a few critiques. I could probably find it in the comments. Look, I'll find it now. Look, I'll wait for it. It's the top comment. It's actually the top comment. Oh my fucking god. I think better mass appeal is a terrible argument for changes in a game like Ultra Kill. You have to be a fucking retard to say that. Like, objectively, you have to be a fucking retard. Like, he's not changing the game fundamentally. The game doesn't change, right? All the changes, other than ammo, we're ignoring ammo. We'll shut up about ammo. We're not mentioning ammo
what
today.
That comment's in reference to the ammo, though?
It might be, right? It probably might be, because that's where everyone gets caught up. They're like, we don't want ammo. And it's like, He acknowledges that at the start, though. He's like, yeah, okay.
He still says it again and again.
He says it again and again. But there doesn't have to be infinite ammo. Or limited ammo, sorry. Right? But you can change nothing about the game, like fundamentally. Like, you're still the same weapon, still the same game, still the same everything. Right? But change at what stage you get stuff, and change a little bit of level design. Right? And this motherfucker loves his ammo, he does. I think that's what he gets crowned for.
He hates it. He hates having infinite ammo, actually. He hates his ammo.
True. He wants as little of it as possible. But
He doesn't actually want to play the game, you see. He just wants to look at them.
there is nothing wrong with your game being more accessible to newcomers. In the slightest. If it doesn't hurt the game for more, experienced players, which it wouldn't. Swapping the starting weapon from Piercer to Marksman in not the single way affects you. It does not affect your game. Nothing changes for you. But it does.
But then I have to use the coin launcher, and I'm really bad with the coin launcher.
Like, all it changes is newcomers will get 0.5 Piercer shots. We're not doing ammo, okay? Can leave his ammo out of this. But that is the only thing. Actually, no, go back to the ammo, right? Because I want to make a point about it. But that's the only actual criticism I've seen him give that's been tackled. Everything else is just ignored because it's just right. He's just spitting. He is, like, actually just speaking the truth, and everyone's hating on him because their game's slightly different, so they circle back to the ammo thing. I think he really does need to drop the ammo thing, but,
He never will.
He never will. He does. In his defense, again, at the start, he's like, you don't have to add ammo, and that's fine. Here's other things you can do. And he's currently only, spat the truth.
We're confined to the coin shot up until
If Doom ever adds ammo, he's going to start tweaking. Oh, infinite ammo, he's going to start tweaking.
I think it does. I think it has infinite ammo, power-ups. Do you think he, mods the game to turn them off? It's too trivial.
Oh, dude, he definitely does.
Nothing incentivizes me to use my shit coin if I have infinite ammo.
Stand out more. You're already getting the hang of the coin shots for
Massive room with infinite enemies made for infinite ammo. Actually, no, I want to use this little saw blade in my hand.
You've got crowd control and explosives with the shotgun. I guarantee you, my first playthrough, I would not have depended on Piercer the whole time if I had started this way. Or how about weapon cooldowns? Maybe the Piercer and other mods have slower cooldowns in general, to push you into using other weapons while they're recovering.
This is a thing that I think is his second miss, because he's going to miss a few times. He's just spitballing ideas for people
cooldowns.
to. Yeah, I think the weapon cooldowns are fine as they are. If anything, I think they should be shorter. But that's a bit.
I don't think a weapon you shouldn't limit someone's creativity substantially.
Did he make the...
imagine shotgun swapping, for example, just being 10 times slower.
Yeah, no, I don't think that should be... Yeah, I think that's another miss. I don't think anything that affects how often you can get to your weapon for the sake of balance in a single-player game, I think is really, really stupid. I don't think the game... There's other ways to manage
single
difficulty.
Player, you gotta start playing for the love of the game. You're playing competitively.
Yeah, you shouldn't be balancing for, the comp scene in a single-player game, right? I don't want to have to wait even longer to cycle back to my cannonball to kill a, whatever he's called, Cerberus or whatever, right?
Yeah, bowler.
Cooldowns should be, used at your own discretion. And you should be punished for just abusing it. And that's what this game does. When you get to Act 2 and the Prime Sanctums and whatever, you can't use the Piercer only. Well, you can if you're cracked, but... So you didn't answer my question.
Just use shotgun parrying in Act 2.
I don't know who bought crypto. What does that have to do with this? I have no idea what this means. We can
No, you said that thing people say about crypto coins.
Oh, shitcoin, yeah.
It's like a weapon.
Yeah, he doesn't want to use his shitcoin. Oh no, we'll get to
he
crypto.
He uses Doom coins.
Yeah, we'll get to crypto in another. When I release my own shitcoin, then we can have a court stream about shitcoins.
It won't be a rug pull, promise.
Promise. I'll be different. I'll be the one who doesn't rug pull. But
it's actually a rug pull again.
Yeah, it shouldn't be balanced for longer cooldowns to make you use other things. You should just be punished by the game because certain enemies are weak to certain things, right? If you use the Piercer only, you're missing out on so much, damage because you're not using cannons on the Cerberus to one-shot them. You're not doing, rail cannon to one-shot whatever. You're not doing chargebacks on Maurice, right? You're missing out on all those kill potentials. and that's going to punish you, and that's the game punishing you, because the rooms get more difficult, right? That's the game's way of punishing you, which is good. But he's looking at a newcomer perspective where you aren't punished, right? the Helldiver coin, I might. Maybe. If you all invest, then sure.
Turbo overkill.
Talmadge coin would go so under because of Helldivers fans, dude. They'd make sure it fails.
Turbo Overkill,
It's
never played it.
undemocratic.
Can't speak on this.
Wonderful. It doesn't have to be as extreme, it's just an example.
Well, what is Turbo Overkill? It sounds like the
I
thing they
think
play like
something
Family
with
Guy.
cooldown management, similar. It's I can't speak on this, never played
And
it.
then, since Ultra Kill is about style, you shrink those cooldowns as the style meter increases, eventually unlocking crazy stuff like near infinite coin tosses once you're at the highest rank. Or
I don't think the style needs to be played on that much. It is a style shooter, and I think you should be incentivized a bit to get style. But I don't
But it shouldn't
think
be like mandatory.
Yeah, you shouldn't be like forced to use the style meter or get punished, right? Because everyone wants
Like,
to play
if you're
with
playing
style,
the hard levels, style makes a lot of sense because of hard damage now,
Yeah.
for example.
right? Like you're already incentivized enough with the hard damage. I think there should be incentive, but not to the point where it's like, oh, if you're at Ultra Kill, you're steamrolling everything, because then it creates a really bad balancing issue of like, oh, I got hit once, I'm now out of Ultra Kill, and now I'm being punished really, really bad on my cooldowns on everything, right? In like when you're at a boss, because that just makes bad balance. That's really bad balance. So currently,
It's sometimes kind of hard to get like higher ranks on your skill,
Yeah.
like especially when there's less enemies.
Yeah, when there's just one enemy and he's fucking you up royally, it's so hard to maintain good style, even if
Yeah, like,
you
because
are.
how often in Minos and Sisyphus do you have like Ultra Kill, for example?
Yeah, it's you do.
Because the show amount they move.
You do for a little bit, but it's never
Yeah,
consistent enough.
sometimes.
So I don't think it should be rewarded
It
that
just sounds like
much.
it'd be way harder to do if like Ultra Kill put you
Well,
to
you
the
know what,
baseline of the game now, for example. That'd be so hard to ever get there in the
You
first
don't change
place.
anything and just make the combat encounters a lot more intense in Act 1. These are
And that I mean, that's another take, really short one, but it's correct. Make Act 1. I mean, making it more intense. I mean, no, I guess that'd work. I guess that would work. But then you have the problem of it being too intense for people that just show up with, like, if you give me just the piercer, right? And then throw me into, for example, a random level in Act 2, and you're like, this is fucking boring. What do I have to do with this? Right? Like,
These are just
it's...
some ideas. Let me know which ones you love or hate. Give me your own.
Make
Tell
the
me nothing.
fifth
jump
Have that
in
voice. 'Cause
silent.
In the end, I don't
Do
want
it.
to change Ultra Kill into something the fan base can't still enjoy the way they enjoy it. If you think my suggestions do that, then you're welcome to say so. But
I'm guessing he's wrapping up the video here. I think only about 2 of them. It's the ammo, the style one, and just ramping up the difficulty in Act 1. Those 3, I think, would change the game for the worse, because those are more fundamental changes. The ramping it up, not so much, but it depends how it's done, obviously, because it should be tweaked, just not to the random intensities. But for the most part in this video, I don't see anything he said that's wrong. And this is a spitball video, so he's spat a lot at the wall. Obviously not everything's gonna stick, but most of it did. Most of his solutions here were perfectly reasonable, if not objectively better. I cannot think of one single counter-argument to swapping your piercer to the marksman at the start of the game. I really can't. I don't see what. If you keep agreeing with him, I'm gonna tell Sisyphus where you live and he'll fight you IRL with red only.
What's
I'm
this,
just
just play off of
saying.
red only? Oh, easy, dude.
Done it before, I'll do it again. But I'm just
Light
saying.
work.
I'm just saying, why is this guy so villainized? I need someone to tell me why. Why is it like the, you know, under the mayo jack-off sesh where like, this guy stinks? Other than the ammo thing.
His first
right?
video was obnoxious.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. I think he did egg it on. I don't have it right now because I couldn't be asked looking for it. But his first video is just calling. I mean, his first video is not even completely out of pocket. It's just a bit went on for too long. Like he
The joke's
essentially.
gone on for too long, and he
Yeah.
really wants infinite ammo gone.
Yeah, for like 12 minutes, it's just really insufferable bit of him like holding his friend hostage or whatever and reading out his script, which is, you know, haha, Ultra Kill community is really aggressive and which is true. The Ultra Kill fandom fucking ripped him apart for zero reason, like for reasons that don't make sense. I've been deadass, I've been trolling. Yeah, I know you have. You said you'd send Sisyphus to my house and then said JK. I picked up on that one.
You know, I don't think you have to say JK when you're sending a fictional character to my house.
Like, shit, you didn't say JK. Fuck. No,
Oh, Supreme
Sisyphus
Calamitous is
tomorrow.
coming right now, dude. I'm so
Fuck,
cooked.
Sisyphus tomorrow. Fuck. Right.
No.
He's made another one, engaging with, and again, I'll just look at the comments. Also, the view to like ratio, I imagine the horde just got sent to dislike his videos. Don't get why. I really don't. Like,
I wonder how many of them have actually seen his video and how many of them just watch people watch it.
I doubt anyone. I imagine about, so 187,000 views. I imagine about 10,000 people, if not less, watched it and actually went like, huh. Yeah, no, this makes sense. This makes it like, they all just came to this video and just went, grrr, ammo, leave my ammo alone. And that was it. Just like rabid dogs. Yeah, and yeah, and this is like the same thing. In this video, he has like a 3-minute bit about how like, look how evil the fandom is, haha. But at least he gets to an actual review, unlike his fast video, which was like, just imagine this for about 20 minutes. It was so boring.
When the new Act 2 update came out, I was excited to try it.
So now, and keep in mind, all this criticism about ammo and all that was when Act 1 was the only thing in the game. The game ended at V1, by the way. We now have Act 3, which is insane.
No, you say his criticism about ammo was he still hasn't dropped it Act 2.
Yeah, you're right, but still. Just all his criticisms were for Act 1.
Because I heard about the change to the style meter. I've been saying for a while that one of Ultra Kill's biggest problems
I don't know why they
is
dropped
the
him so
arbitrary
hard for
nature
like
of its style meter.
Like, you know, criticizing an early access game and giving ideas. Like, that's the whole point of early access.
Yeah,
but Infinite
exactly.
Ammo is really funny to clown on.
That's what I don't get, how the fan base looks at their early access game getting criticism, which is the point of early access, to be like, oh, change this, do this, da-da-da. I think this should happen. Is UTM voice? What is UTM voice? What's that mean? That's AI generated.
What the hell is that?
But I don't know what that AI generate. I don't know what you're talking about. My voice is not AI generated.
Voices?
Has some kind of impact on gameplay as a reward
You
for
do the
engaging
history of
with
using
it.
AI voices.
They called me crazy. They said I should just be styling because it's fun. It doesn't need to be integrated into the combat. Well, here we are with the new version of Ultra Kill that rewards the player with
Mayo
better
does
health
sound kind of AI
regeneration
generated the way he talks.
through the style meter by speeding up.
Oh, under the Mayo. No, he's not. I don't think he's AI generated. I think he just has a really...
Like, he doesn't even use his own voice for clowning
Yeah.
people. He has to use the AI.
I think he just has like a pirate software mic. I think the basses just sound really high.
Of hard damage.
I don't know. Or it's just he's American. I can tell you. Right. You know what? I want to talk about this for a little bit. Just to get my opinion out there about this style thing. Is that... So, obviously we live in the world where Ultra Kill rewards you for playing stylish. I don't know whether it should or shouldn't. Because, on one hand, we had that whole discussion earlier about style is hard to manage, right? Like, impossible to manage perfectly, right? Like, is there anyone that plays Sisyphus on Brutal and remains Ultra Kill level style the entire fight? Maybe. Is it...
There's some people that just go to though.
But I mean, I don't know if there's some people. We can't say there is some. I don't know. But
Dude, I've seen some, bro. They're crazy.
ChatGPT, generate me Ultra Kill hate. Rage bait the Ultra Kill fandom for me, ChatGPT.
Get rid of Infinite Ammo.
But I think this one's tough because would the game be better if hard damage was at a baseline way less punishing and not tied to style, or how we have it now? Because...
Well, I mean, how would it be implemented otherwise, is my question.
Well, those are the two options. Like I said, if we have how we have it now, or just hard damage runs out, like, what's the one before Ultra Kill? Because Ultra Kill, like, completely clears your hard damage, I think. So,
It's
like...
just SSS.
Yeah, SSS, right, level as, like, the base, so it just decays really fast, but doesn't, like, get completely cleared. As, like, the baseline.
I feel like being rewarded for doing really, really well is fine. Like, it's not mandatory because the lower ones still get rid of it pretty quickly. Like, it's not impossible to clear your hard damage in game unless you're getting hyper jumped with, like, you know, half of your weapons gone.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I ever see, like, you know, on your challenge things, you
Yeah,
get jumped real hard with no weapon because you have none. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and then you get that like brief taste of heaven when you hit ultra kill because you just hit like the fattest parry and took out like a whole horde, right? You were getting jumped, you like clutch up of the sentry, land an insane like, you know, chargeback shot or whatever, and you just go straight to ultra kill and you just get rewarded for that. And it's not a
I feel
crazy
like
reward.
that's fine.
Well,
Like, you don't have to be rewarded hyper well for styling on them,
well, that's
but there's
boring
still an
because
incentive.
now we share the same opinion. What can I do with this?
What's the whole point? That's the whole point of talking to each other. We can't just keep rage baiting.
But I want to argue. I want to call you stupid and say that I'm right. No, you're stupid because I had the opinion first, okay? You're copying me. But I think how Ultra Kill currently implements it is really well done. I think style should have some attachment, but it shouldn't be the be-all or end-all. You should not have any, like, you should not be punished massively for not having, you know, decent style, right? But you shouldn't be rewarded. You shouldn't be given infinite cooldown double power up because you hit Ultra Kill once. Because then you create a disconnect between, okay, I'm playing super stylish, I'm getting my snowball going, but if you get hit once and you lose that Ultra Kill style, you might as well just restart your run, right? I don't think that's fun. I think that would be really, really fucking boring, but I still want rewards for style. So I think how it's implemented currently, maybe there could be a few changes. I don't know if style is connected to stamina at all. I think that would be fun. Like, maybe, you know, once every, like, big, like, when you go from, like, you know, nothing to, like, supreme, or supreme to, like, super supreme, something like that, right? You get, like, a bit of stamina back. I think that could work. Like, every jump up would, like, give you a tiny increment of stamina, but that's just a spitball. Probably not going to work, because then you actually get punished for sitting at Ultra Kill, right? If that makes sense, because you wouldn't be getting your stamina back up.
Yeah, like, you have to balance it out rather than just being awesome.
But I think you could tie it into stamina as well. Style should limit ammo.
Hey, that's
Yes.
a great idea. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before.
Yes, bro.
There's so many things you could do to make the stylish mechanics actually mean something. Maybe
Do I even have my events on? Where did that appear? Did anyone see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What was it?
Blue winning the Great Mistake, Squidward getting crushed.
Okay, thank God. I love that one.
the style meter tied
Who
into
just
a
pulled up,
health
followed, and
regeneration
left?
system. So you're welcome, Ultra
See
Kill
ya.
players. I'm
The more style, the less ammo. Yo, someone who thinks all the time.
happy that I was able to make your game better.
I know he thought
Me
about that
alone.
one, dude.
Hard damage
Although, yeah, no. This is obviously he's just rage baiting here, but I would as well. If this was me in the exact same situation, I would be 50 times more insufferable than he just was.
actually means something. Maybe
Like-
the style meter tied into a health regeneration system. So you're welcome, Ultra Kill players. I'm happy that I was able to make your game better.
Yeah, he's being a cunt, but I do the same. I, in fact, did not leave. Why wouldn't you? What? Are we trolling?
Yeah, what the hell? Why are you
coming
still
to court?
here?
Why'd you come to jury duty? Huh? Get out.
Yeah, who
Get out.
comes to jury
Get out while you
duty?
can. What the fuck? You're staying on this stream? My dick sucking under the mayo stream? Hell no.
I mean, actually, we've had worse streams, in
alone.
fairness.
You're
Like,
right.
every Helldiver stream.
It could be a Helldiver stream. But no.
Maybe you got unlucky.
This is obviously him just being a cunt, but I'd be worse because he said style should do something. He got shat on for it in his first review. It now does something. He deserves to
Hard
glow.
damage is accumulated as you get hit and temporarily lowers your
This is him
max
going
to
over the
survive,
changes.
increasing the amount of style
Like, it's a
points
bit
you
weird to
get.
say Style should
This
do
is-
nothing, but having it do everything is also not
Yeah.
the greatest.
Yeah, I'm happy with the middle ground Ultra Kill has right now. But welcome Side of Salt. I was going to say shitting. We're glazing under the mayo because I don't get why he's treated like Adolf Hitler in the Ultra Kill community.
It's really funny, that's why.
That's so rare. That's so true. Again, this is better than so. It's better than Helldivers. We don't say that word. We say Helldivers. But
That's no, we have to make the distinction.
What did he say? Oh wait, this is your G. Wait, I'm out. What did he say? You haven't heard? No way. Because if you're like even slightly like in the Ultra Kill fandom, right? If you've seen a few videos, you've probably heard of this guy because essentially, all right, I'll do a really quick rundown. He made a video basically going in Act 1 of Ultra Kill. So before, like in the dinosaur time. Yeah, I just played the game, bro. Okay, that's fine. That's valid as well. But that's actually insanely valid. The community sucks, and this guy's proof of it because they shat on him. He provided constructive criticism to Ultrakill. He just said, hey, this is how I do some things differently, and he gave a lot of good points, gave a few bad points. He says the game should have ammo. The game should have ammo. That's stupid. That's really fucking dumb. I don't think this game should have any form of ammo resource
It takes away
management.
a lot of what Ultrakill is.
Yeah, that would ruin the game, like at a fundamental level, and people shout on him for that. He then made a response going, okay, we can disagree on that. Agree, Death shouldn't have ammo. Yeah. But he also made a lot of points
and then
saying...
he says it 5 more times.
He made a lot of points saying Act 1 is poorly balanced. He's mainly clowned on the fact that... So his playthrough of the game from Prelude up until V1, he only used the piercer. Right? He got the shotgun, he said, this fucking sucks, I want to use the piercer. Kept using the piercer. And that's his main criticism of the game. Why should he be allowed to go through the Prelude in Act 1 with the piercer and have no incentive to use anything else?
It's like the coolest weapon ever.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, what does the shotgun do that the piercer can't?
It explodes!
Ignoring synergies. So, projectile boosting. What does projectile boosting do?
It's awesome and
No,
makes the shotgun explode.
Explain projectile boosting.
Well, you hit the shotgun when you fire it, and that's how you break the thing. That's how they teach you how to use it.
Okay, it's an explosion that can destroy things, but the explosion clears a horde of enemies, right? You can projectile boost.
Yeah, it's like an AoE you can use from super far away. They don't have to be in like a straight line or whatever.
Projectile boosting is this. Can't find a good stream. I'm just being jury duty. You are cooked, my friend.
Oh dear God.
So cooked. I mean, yeah, projectile boost is a synergy between parrying and shotguns, but the point of projectile boosting.
Not say projectile boosting is mid. I will kill you.
Is that it will clear a horde of enemies, right? You can, if there's a group of hordes, if there's a group of.
I feel like there's a little more than that, but that is like one of the things it does. Yeah.
A better summary is Maxwell's video. I don't like Maxwell. Maxwell isn't criticism. Maxwell is just its own experience.
No, I mean, he does put some criticism in his like.
Again, I can't sit for a Maxwell video. I don't like it. Have you heard about a thing called boosting with a nuke? Now that's cooking. But no, right, like I was saying, sorry, I get sidetracked. He said, hey, I just used the piercer, right? Because in Act 1, you can go do this now. If you feel free to challenge me on this. In Act 1, up until V1, all you have to do is kill everything with a piercer, because you can, right? Like, and that shouldn't be a thing you can do in Act 1, because it sets you up poorly for V1. If I could draw a graph, right? This isn't, I don't have the real statistics, but based off what I went through, what my friends went through, what I hear a lot of people go through, V1 is a power spike. V1 is... V2, sorry. V2 is such an insane power spike to a lot of players because the game poorly sets you up. If someone quits your game because it's too hard, usually it isn't an issue of it being too hard, it's an issue of not setting you up correctly for the difficulty. Obviously, there's some outliers where people go into Dark Souls and like, this is too hard, I want it, like, they can shut up.
Played the game that's hard, well done.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm not saying the game should be easy, there's difficulties for a reason, but it is fundamentally an issue of balance. When I went through all of Brutal, like, pissing through Act 1, like, and then getting to V1 and being like, how the fuck do I fight this guy? Because the game doesn't set you up to use coins correctly. The game doesn't even give you a rail cannon until after V1 for some reason, which I think is really dumb. Like, V1 is such a hurdle for new players because you don't have all your equipment, you don't have the right stuff to synergize with, you don't get taught to synergize, you don't get taught to parry, you don't get taught anything, you just get taught, go in, piss through Act 1 because it's really easy, you get to V2, and the game's suddenly really hard. So many people, that's a universal experience almost for people that play Ultrakill. A lot of people quit at V2 because he's really fucking annoying for the power spike. Going back to Act 1 V2, you piss on him now, right? You go, oh, this is easy. But that's because you've had the whole game to set you up correctly. I feel like V1 should be a hurdle. You can discover enough tech without going out the way to beat V2. He should be a hurdle, but the only way to discover the tech to beat him is never really set up for you, though. Right? You can find it out, I guess, but when you fight V2, you're quite cooked unless you've seen a few videos, and it shouldn't be that way. A single-player game should never, or most games in general, you should never have to have watched videos for prep to fight V2. The game should set you up correctly. It should teach you you can parry. It should teach you you have these coins you can work with. It sort of does, right? It gives you the tools. Yeah, that's actually so true. Like that, and that's this guy's criticism. And ammo. We don't talk about ammo. One of his ways of solving the issue is by giving you ammo to manage. So then you learn to swap around and see what the weapons do. I don't think you shouldn't be grabbed by the wrist and be like, you will do this thing. That's bad game design. That's not fun. Can I just
forcing someone to do something instead of like in the game where you have to discover stuff and have fun with it?
I don't want ammo to be added. That's fine. Yeah. It's like giving a toddler a toolbox and telling him to make an Arduino. Is that a tech term? Did I say that right?
Arduino's like one of those kind of like circuit boards, I think.
Oh, I'm smart. I know that word. But yeah. And the game shouldn't be like that. You should be given a toolbox. You should be able to figure it out, right? But you should be like taught how to, not forced how to with ammo, right? But you shouldn't be just thrown into the deep end. That's not good game design. It's just not. That is a failure of the game setting you up correctly. You don't need a tutorial to go, this is how you parry, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. You just need more options than here, have a piercer kill everything. Because that's what Under the Mayo did. That's what a lot of people do. In Act 1, the piercer can solo fucking everything. It is really powerful. It's not overpowered, but it can get the job done. You can go through all of Act 1 just shooting everything. And that was this guy's complaint with the game, and he's being dogpiled for it. Like, it's a miracle you haven't heard of him, because the game taught you how to parry, but it doesn't do enough, right? It says you can do that, but it doesn't really teach you the massive rewards. It goes, feedbacker can be used to parry, right? There's no, like, it doesn't really give you enough, it doesn't force you to parry. Like, now, right, trying to set up an argument here, right? Comparing me to when I started, obviously I'm going to be way fucking better at Ultra Kill now, but I now know that, I can parries are so incredibly important because they give you stamina back, they give you health back. Parries are fucking massive, right? But the game doesn't do enough in Act 1 to, like, teach you that, right? If there were segments where it was, yeah, punch projectile to parry it, it tells you can do it, but that's not teaching. That's telling. That's going, you can do this, do it if you want, I don't care. But that's not setting you up correctly to, like, further difficulties, right? And again, it's more than just parrying. And then you fight Maurice, but you don't really get a whole lot of rewards from that, right? Like, it teaches you a bit, right? But you still have the piercer to just fuck him up because he doesn't have a lot of health. Like, I do like how they've done that, right? They have done that correctly. But the parry's just one side of it.
That Maurice had more health than every other Maurice.
I know, but it's still, you can... If they taught you how to dead coin, you don't actually have the coins in level 1. Look, I'll follow on the parry thing. I think the parries is kind of was me getting lost on a tangent. The game kind of sets you up pretty well to parry, but it also doesn't do enough. Parrying won't help you V1, for example, right? Well, I think it does. I can't remember what V1 does, bro. It's been so long. But
you can't parry V2.
The game actually sets up parrying quite well. I probably shouldn't have died on that hill. I'll fold on that one. But it's still, there's other things, like the coins, for example, right? They don't...
You can parry V2? What can you parry?
Yeah, I can't remember. It's not very good, though. It's not as huge as it is on, like, Maurice, right? He doesn't have a fat projectile.
In the fast act, he shoots up his coins and you can steal them.
You can parry all his revolver shots and shotgun shots. Cool.
You can parry the revolver shots?
Didn't know that. Never really done it, because there's other ways to beat him. Like coins, for example.
Oh, it didn't flash blue.
The game starting you with the piercer, for example, I think is horrible. The fact you don't start with coins, I need to hear an argument, I need to hear someone's opinion. Why do you start with the piercer when you can start with the marksman? It doesn't make sense to me. The only thing I can think of is that, like, Hickey is just too lazy to change it now, because he, the Prelude was designed... Yeah, Prelude was designed when it was a fucking, like, alpha, beta, closed demo, whatever, right? It was just in the fort phase when he made the fast level with the piercer, right? But he should really go back.
The thing I'd say about the piercer and against coin, like, obviously, he'd have to redesign a lot of stuff because the level just is definitely not made for coins.
100%. Like, the glass that you have to use the piercer for.
Like, it's not even just the glass. Like, what does the coin want you to do against... Like, could you just shoot the enemy or shoot a coin? Because you don't have anything to go with it. There's nothing to bounce off the coins. It's just another revolver shot that you could just shoot them with instead.
That's a good take. Marksman would lead into players learning to use synergies significantly. You can break glass with glass. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Does it target the glass?
I think so. You can break glass with ricochets. Okay, good to know.
Right, yeah, but like all I think about, like, the coin, you don't have anything to go with the coin, like when you first start. So they have to probably hand you something. Because what's the point in shooting like with the coin when you can just shoot the enemy? Sure, you can sometimes get a double shot.
Well, coins are easier
like,
to hit than enemies in the most part. And you have
I've
people
had
aren't
more
gonna
struggles hitting coins.
You have your fist. People aren't going to learn fistful of dollar from coins alone. You need a video for that, or like a lot of experience, right?
Or just like really getting bored and punching.
Yeah, you're not going to learn fistful of
coin.
dollar from starting with the coin, but you can if they gave you the piercer after the fact, and also I think the way you obtain or read, whatever, but you need to like go out your way to learn fistful of dollar, right? That's not something that's going to be expected from you, and the game never really expects you to use fistful of dollar like excessively, right? There's no
style thing.
Yeah, it's just for style, and that's fine. I'm so glad it exists. It's great that there's things like that you go out of your way. Put the malevolent landlord every time. Ammo. I don't know how many times he's mentioned it in this video. I've had it paused for fucking ages.
6.
Yeah, he said it about 7 times already. So ammo is a bad take, but he's folded on that. He said, yeah, okay, you don't have to agree with that. There's other things you can do. And then he brings it up, yeah.
Like he said it's a bad take, and he keeps saying if he agrees it might be a bad take, and
he doesn't. He doesn't think it's a bad take. He just thinks people don't.
But if he understands people do not like it, please stop telling me that is what you would do. I do not want to hear it.
Yeah, well, whatever. He really likes Doom. If you couldn't tell, like Under the Mail loves Doom.
I didn't like Ultra Kill because a lot of these reasons, but a big part is it's not Doom.
Yeah, the people clown him for that, but that wasn't his take at all. Like, it's funny to say, haha, he loves Doom, he just wants Doom 2.0, but he doesn't, right? Ultra Kill is its own game with style and whatnot. Yeah, the game really should teach you more, though. The game in the Prelude, the difficulty spike from Prelude in Act 1 to V2 is a joke. It should be hard. I watched Marco play it, and I played it.
Different synergy.
Didn't watch any other videos till like 4-1. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, you don't need a tutorial, you don't need videos to beat the game, right? To just, to do a bunch of shit, right? You don't need
is there ever a way to actually find out about Nuke, the Marie shooter and the blue shotgun? Do you ever find out about that, on your own, or do you have to, get told that?
It's probably in the terminal, I think. It's probably in the terminal somewhere, but I don't think the game...
Oh, God, reading.
Maybe at some point in the game they say you can combine it, in one of the tooltips. But that's one of the things that doesn't need to be taught immediately. It's good to know, but yeah, every tech is in the terminal. Yeah, okay.
Is it?
I guess so. This guy says so. I've never bothered to check the terminal.
I've never read the terminal. There's a lot of gap.
Yeah. But I should probably let him get to his other points. But to summarize, Under the Mayo is clowned on for saying ammo, and then everyone thinks he's like Satan. If you ask the average Ultra Kill player, that's in the community, what they think of Under the Mayo, is he gonna argue slot? Yes, no. What does that mean? What do you mean am I gonna argue? The whole point is arguing.
What I've been asking
what does that mean?
I personally still think the game needs a huge...
I got set up. Hold on.
I can't remember how. I should probably turn that off because I have stream elements do it, but I don't know what stream elements does anymore.
Designed,
anyway, sorry.
Easier to survive. The style meter itself has also been rebalanced to reward.
Very quick recap if you showed up late. My phone fell. He said in his very first review that the game should reward style because back then it didn't reward style. Is Freddy Fazbear fucking the screen right now? Is that what I just missed? I had that in my ear.
Weapon freshness, decreasing the amount
of style
points you get.
Squidward again.
Oh, it was Squidward again. Okay.
I can't believe we're actually seeing these.
I know, right?
Variety.
I got that high.
I can't wait for Jungle Skulk.
That's really sad. I don't like Twitch ads. It's really a shame. I have them on the minimum amount, and there's no way to just turn them off. It's so gross.
Apparently Twitch is going to be upping their ads again.
And yeah, they're probably upping them, so fuck Twitch for that. Yay! Short ad.
You're welcome, Ultra Kill players.
No one really cares behind beans.
To reward weapon
quick recap.
Decreasing
in his first video, there was no benefit for playing stylish. Now there is.
Style points you get for just abusing one gun. Encouraging variety, which is another excellent change. This is what I've been asking for. I personally still think the game needs a huge redesign to make ammo limited.
Where'd the captions go?
Can we get a counter on that one? Can we get a counter on that? Do I need to put ammo counter in the top left?
Traditional pickups around the arenas and a style meter that regenerates ammo, so you're rewarded with infinite ammo from a stylish performance.
My browser's not very loud.
Because without it, the first 4 chapters of the game continue to suffer.
He's got a semi point. Shouldn't add ammo, but the game doesn't do a good way of introducing new players to the game. And it should. A lot of people tackle that criticism by saying, why do we want mass appeal in our indie shooter? You're a fucking retard if you say that. There is nothing wrong with having more players in your game if the game's the same thing. There is not. It benefits you
There's
more.
obviously an extent you can't go to, but if that's when you start changing everything.
Like, yeah, if it hard, like, mass appeal, I guess the game introduction is strange. Yeah, it's problematic.
It is aura, though.
But once you get past that, the game in itself is fine. The game is really good. I fucking love Ultra Kill. But back to what I was saying. There's nothing wrong with more players.
Not pretty fast better.
More players just means the dev gets more money, which means he can work on the game more, and you can get more features, more whatever. You get more content the more players you have. There are people that unironically think they should gatekeep this game or whatever, and keep the normies out, keep it this really hard, difficult.
People say that about like every indie game, dude.
I come from fighting game and FPS background, so I knew combined weapons. That's great. A lot of people do. I came to this game with just a shit ton of shooter experience in general, movement shooters, Titanfall, and I just brute forced my way through V2, right? Having criticisms is good, but if it pisses you off, just play something else. But he's not pissed though. His reviews have always been really calm. The only thing that pisses him off, well, he's not tilted. But the only thing he makes fun of, that like excessively, is the community. Which is fair, because the community fucking cannibalized him for just saying the word ammo and the word how...
Yeah, Under the Mayor does not hate Ultra. He says it a lot in his second and third review.
He says many times he actually loves the game. It's really fun. It just suffers from prelude sense.
Runaway charge pistol spam fest for the most part.
It's ironic, I feel like I missed something.
Continue to suffer. It's still a runaway charge pistol spam fest for the most part. So let's get into that. Does this update do anything to change?
This community kind of sucks. Fuck you, die. But what did I say? I don't know. I just get really loud sometimes. I'm just saying it's like, I mean, it sucks as in like, I don't think there's a difference between, you know, being abrasive, like how I talk. I just say, you know, I get very, you know, blow things up. That's my brand. That's my brand, right? I can say, you know, but I'm not gonna like absolutely drag someone's name through the mud. Right, I can see the irony, but I'm not going to be like, this guy, fucking kill him, ban him from the fight, from Ultra Kill community. I want him exiled because he criticized the game. I'm looking at I'm saying the community's got a problem because they're blindly hating. Right, I'm all for a bit of hating. I'm the hate king. I hate on everything. I hate on Silksong. I'm a prime hater, okay? But I want people to hate on something for the reasons that matter, right? But the community absolutely cannibalize this guy for having a respectful discussion about how, and polite criticism. But I do see the irony in how I speak. I get that, but you know.
Change my mind.
Until you streamed, I forgot about this dude. Well, yeah, you're gonna forget about him. He's not like actually Satan. I hate that I hit wave 60 brutal. Yeah.
About the broken nature.
I don't touch Cybergrind. Yeah, I don't touch Cybergrind anyway.
You don't touch Cybergrind. That's like
regarding
a lot of your streams.
Well, I don't touch it like seriously. Like I'll play it every now and then, but I'm not one of those people that like lab up like the rocket one shots and whatnot. I just kind of do my challenge runs, leave the game alone, and then keep playing.
Bro thinks he can beat gentle and hating. Like, that's an inside joke, Splod. There's too many new people here.
Like Cybergrind's so good. No, I get it. I love Cybergrinds, but I mean, as in like I've got how many hours? Not that many. I've got around probably 300 hours on the game. I've got 150 on Steam, but I played it off of Steam for a bit. Like I love the game, I love Cybergrinds, but I'm not one of the people that lab up like how to get to wave 60. I'm not like a min-maxer.
Triple air dash and charge shot pistol.
Epic.
No, it does not.
That's great.
Not for the first 4 chapters, 0 to
3.
3.
Wave 500?
When I popped in this new Ultra Kill update,
no, 500 hours, not wave 500. What the fuck?
Oh Jesus! Okay,
I haven't played in 6 months. I'm not a very good Ultra.
Like, again, back to his point. A lot of people, look, I'm going to go to the comments. I'm going to, like, predict something, like, an insane mind read. And they're going to say, your gameplay sucks. I hate watching your gameplay. But the problem is that his gameplay is working. At this point in the game, you shouldn't be allowed to do this, right? Like, the game should challenge you more to use your synergies, right? Because it does with V1. His V1 fight won't look like this, right? But look, top comment. Let's go. How many more? The reviewers that get, like, the reviews are just blindly hating, like, how, you know, not the reviews, the comments are just like, he sucks at the game, it's boring. Mayo's gameplay. His point about V2 is like getting a test in school that happens in 2 weeks, your teacher tells you to study, your friends tell you to study, not studying and getting mad you got an F. but the game doesn't tell you to study. So the comments are just lost, right? Except the game never tells you how to study, because it never makes you feel like anything is important, which is true. So true. You're just meant to know that you're about to get into, like, an insufferable boss fight with no prep. Not insufferable, I shouldn't use that, right? But, you know, hard boss.
No, it does not. Not for the first 4 chapters, 0 to 3. When I popped in this new Ultra Kill update,
like,
I said,
his
okay,
gameplay
I haven't
sucks,
played in 6 months.
And that's the point of
I'm
his
not a very
commentary,
good
and
Ultra
people
Kill
can't see
player.
that.
I'm just going to pick violence,
gameplay
the
is
hardest
boring.
difficulty, and screw around like
Because
I did
he
before
has no,
and see how far
like,
I make it.
incentive
And
in
it
these
was the
early
same
levels
story.
to learn how to
Fight after
synergize.
fight was pretty easily passed by
You can just
mindlessly
use this.
dashing around and headshotting
Just real quick, I'm sure
everyone
he
and
said that
using
he is
charge
playing
shot
on
at
like
the start.
Violent, right?
I think he's playing on the hardest difficulty available at the time.
The
Violent was the
entire
hardest at the time, I
prelude
thought.
I think so,
is
yeah.
filled with combat.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure
Violent's
this
been
is
in the game
Violent.
since day
Nothing
one.
It's not harmless,
to
I can
make you
tell, so
feel
he's
like any
definitely...
other tactic is necessary.
I'm
It
to
was
pretty
just
sure
like
it's
destroy
Violent.
Minion and then
due to
Standard
how-
before Violent.
You shouldn't be told how to study. You should be told that you have to study. I get what you're saying, like with the ammo, like, you know, you shouldn't be forced to. You shouldn't, like, have the ammo to force you to. But you should be ramped up. You shouldn't just be given a final test with 1 week of, like, prep. I can tell by the Stray Fireite and Ori. So what, is it Violent?
Overwhelmingly powerful you
And
are from the
projectile
first
speed is,
room.
yeah, it's
This
Violent.
dude's
Ooh,
played
the
too much.
hideous mass boss fight.
can
This
tell by
guy
the
looks scary.
speed.
Nope, just hop around and spam pistol until he dies.
I don't know what Violent looks like anymore. I
could
only
use
play on
other
Brutal.
weapons, but this is already
Oh, well,
pretty effective.
Mr. Oro
and the
there.
ammo
Yeah, I
is
only play on
infinite.
Brutal.
All I gotta do
Yeah,
for
I
more
don't
health
touch the
is
other
do a
game
charge
modes.
shot up in his face.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
all
complain
good
every
again.
time I play
I don't
Brutal.
need to do anything
Yeah,
else
I complain
'cause
about
there's
Brutal
no
being too
problem
hard.
to solve here. Just using other weapons to beat it faster doesn't equal fun.
Let me throw it, like, wait. Intermission, I'm the one on trial. Let me move myself up. This is me. I'm on trial now. I think Brutal's
hell yeah.
boss design is really bad, and yet I still play it. I think Sisyphus randomly having explosives is really fucking stupid. I think that is bad boss design, and I think the amount of shockwave spam is getting to the point where it goes from you need to be smart about what you do to you need to be lucky that you don't get caught in unavoidable shockwave spam. Okay, I'm gonna go off of... I'm taking myself off the stand, but... Didn't you get...
Didn't give people any time to like criticize. Like,
Can we
I
put
said my thing,
Tex
I'm
the
gonna leave
judge?
now.
Oh, okay, wait. Text the judge, here he is. Text the judge, I'm gonna go...
Hello everyone, it's me, the judge.
I'm gonna like shrink myself up over... I'll join you guys down here. Hey guys. Systemist doesn't expect for destroying this will hurt. The shockwaves are very dodgeable. In Brutal, he does. In Brutal, the jump from Violent to Brutal Sisyphus just felt really fucking lame. And the shockwaves they're not dodgeable at the moment. They're not very dodgeable. They are dodgeable. But it's getting to the point where if he does like a bad strain of attacks, right? Because, okay, I P rank P2 on Brutal. Same. Actually, I don't know if I have yet, but I can. It's doable, okay? Right? That doesn't make it... That doesn't add any validity to... Doesn't prove anything, you know? Like, it doesn't make the boss design good. I think it's getting to the point where on Ultra Kill Must Die, I think it's going to go from difficult to insufferable. Because in the moment, how Sisyphus works now, if you, again, look at Violent to Brutal, he just starts throwing random explosions out. Like, it's changed from... I swear that's what he said. I'll pull up... Wait, let me pull up the page. I need to see when he actually does his explosions, because it used to be only on Destroy, and he like telegraphs it. He already has infinite stamina, doesn't he?
Every boss gets infinite stamina on Brutal when faced.
Yeah, yeah. He already has infinite stamina, and also okay. In only after second phase. No, does he? I think he
No,
does.
yeah,
oh, maybe.
he has infinite only in second phase,
Okay.
both him and
I mean,
else.
complete infinite stamina. I mean, I don't think that would
Yeah,
change.
the only reason I noticed is because the amount of times you've had me look it up during the challenge videos.
Okay, wait. So yeah, So yeah, no. You were wrong. Not trying to say that to be a cuck. I'm just saying, Sisyphus doesn't have explosions except for Destroy and This Will Hurt. That's true on Violent, but it becomes in Brutal. His attacks be gone, and you can't escape. Will now throw out explosions. That's bosses have stamina. It's a weird thing. It's like their moves cost stamina, but when they get to their second phase, they have infinite stamina, so you can forget about the whole stamina thing. But again, in Guess I Never Noticed, I mean, no one really fights Sisyphus that much. I mean, some people do, but I just...
You do.
Yeah, I do. I know, okay. He has his way with me so many times. The amount of challenge videos I do where I go fight Sisyphus and get my ass handed to me and complain. Oh my god.
And do it again.
Yeah. But,
The only video we've not had of you complaining about Sisyphus was the wheel.
True, because I got, like, handheld for that video. But, right,
because you had everything, because he was the second thing you fought.
Back to my point. How many times against Sisyphus do you, like, clock that you just got the easiest strain of attacks? How many times are you fighting Sisyphus and you're like, yes, he's using this attack, I need a parry, right? How many times, like, and then you just get really lucky because he does that, like, 4 times in a row instead of his usual, like, fucking you up teleporting, like there are easy periods of the fight that are decided entirely by RNG because of him having infinite stamina. That, I don't think, is good boss design. The fact you can get unlucky strains of attacks, I think, is really, really bad boss design. And they're only getting worse because the amount of shockwaves and explosions he puts out. I do not think having a shockwave after every attack potentially trapping you is good boss design. I think you should be rewarded for, like, reflexes. And, you know, I don't know how to fix it. I'm not a game dev. But I can point out it's not fun. I had way more fun in the dance that Sisyphus is on Violent with the parries because you can get close to him. You can do what you want. Not often. There's some easy parries like This Will Hurt. But I'm never like, well, Forbegone's unwinnable. I have to disagree. Like, at some points when I'm like, he hasn't gave me This Will Hurt, or what's the one where he, like, charges up and does the, like, sumo fucking JoJo pose? We know the one I'm talking about. If I don't see one of those in, like, at least, like, 5 moves, I'm just like, okay, I'm dead. Right? Is it Destroy? I think it is. Yeah, but you know, the one where he slides about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The explosion and the JoJo stance are the ones that are, like, if I don't see one of those, I'm like, well, fuck. If he's just going to be teleporting, spamming his quick attacks that I can't really do much about, he's going to be slowly chipping away at my health. I'm not going to get a parry because a lot of his moves are essentially unparryable unless he, like, gives you them. He's going to have a bunch of shockwaves and explosives. He's chipping me down and I don't have the resources to keep up because he's not giving me an easy strain. And I don't think that's good boss design. A lot of the times you die to Sisyphus, it will be because he just fucked you with bad RNG. Like, because he has RNG. His infinite stamina determines that. Maybe it's because I love Screwdriver. It gives so much style, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Screwdriver does really trivialize fights. I've been playing without it.
Screwdriver makes every boss the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah. I implore you to try Sisyphus without Screwdriver. Take it out of your arsenal. You don't have to take away parries. You don't have to take away anything, right? Just take away the Screwdriver and notice how much harder it gets, right? I guess I can't critique that. It's a weird thing because it's like, you don't want the Screwdriver to be like the mandatory, like, oh, use this or you're gonna get fucked, right? But I'm also, you know, you shouldn't be able to critique a boss because I'm purposely making it harder. So it's a weird limbo where it's like, the Screwdriver is too powerful, take it away, the boss becomes incredibly hard. But, I don't know. I think I have enough. By the way, if you guys want to know my my relevant experience, I beat Sisyphus.
He's got credentials.
Yeah, I have credentials. I beat Sisyphus without parrying. I have proof of this. I beat Sisyphus with only Knuckle Blaster and the red variants. So, yeah, thy end is now. Oh no, that's Minos. But Minos, I think, is weird.
Who the hell just said thy end is now?
Minos is easy enough. Minos is fine because of snakes.
What have I got to do with this?
So yeah, if my credentials, I've fought enough Sisyphus to be able to speak on this. I think the shockwave spam and explosives get really annoying, and I think that's really lame. Other than that, he's a good boss. I think he is really good. The parries and stuff, like the intended way to fight him, where you're dancing around fighting each other for a parry, I think is really fun. But it's getting to the point where if you don't get good strains, you're just fucked because he's going to be doing, you know, teleport, overhead, uncancelable kick, no parry, no blood.
If I were dying dozens of times by doing this dumb strategy, I'd feel like I should play with more weapons. And that would be fun because I would be solving a problem. The story doesn't change until the V2 boss fight, and that is one of my...
He might just be a strong boss, don't you think so? No. Well, no, he is a strong boss, he is, but the shockwaves aren't helping.
Very much.
Like, he's a fun boss. I kind of just get him to half HP with Conductor, Sword Trap, Rail Piercer. Yeah, you lose out on that benefit. I like how, if it's your first time fighting them, I think that's a really good thing, by the way. I think the fact you can set up these, like, giant traps to take away his health before the fight starts, I think that's really good, because you lose access to that every time you restart, right? Once you lose that first fight, you then have to go through and fight him again, like, without the traps. I think that's really cool. But back to what I think about Sisyphus. I think he's hard, but I think with the changes from violent to brutal, he's pushing the point where it's not hard, and it's unfair, right? Unfair to the point where it's like, okay, I got a bad strain, I'm gonna go fuck myself, right? His intended unviolent, I think he's really good. I think he's really fun.
Central issues with this game's design and the way the fan base defends it.
If you want to like change Sisyphus in any way, like for his brutal, instead of giving him a shockwave stand, do just let him parry you.
Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Any rules for this? No, just don't use Screwdriver, and you'll notice the difference in the boss fight. You'll beat him, right? Because if you know how to fight Sisyphus, you don't actually need the Screwdriver. But fight him with Screwdriver.
Kind of makes up for your mistake.
Yeah, fight him with Screwdriver and fight him without Screwdriver, and you'll go, oh, that was much, much easier, right? So you'll still beat him, right? No Screwdriver isn't going to be this impossible task, right? You might even beat it first try, second try, third try, you know, really soon. But you're not. But you're still going to be able to tell, oh, I got punished a lot more then, right?
I hear all the time that
if you want a real challenge, though, if you want to make it unfair, this is not critique. I'm not blaming the game for this. Fight him without parries. If you fight him without parrying, it is insufferable.
Being forced
I mainly
to
use
play
screw
well.
and cyber grind.
It's about being stylish, because styling on enemies is fun. If I want surviving the game to be challenging, I'm missing the point. Well, then why is the V2 boss fight so demanding? I'm not challenging because styling on enemies is fun. If I V2 boss fight so...
Okay, I kind of missed what you were saying there. He's arguing, the argument against him was that a lot of people were saying style should be fun, not surviving the game, and
demanding. I'm not complaining that it's a hard
just
boss
what I said
fight.
about V2.
I got my ass kicked by him the first time, and I got my ass kicked again this time. That's good. I actually had to play with.
But look at the difference, right? I don't get how people... I really need more Under the Mail haters to show up. It's a shame no one has, and have just, like, I need people to come in and be like, you're fucking wrong, I hate Under the Mail, he's wrong. Because no one has an argument against this.
Like 2 years ago, you'd have more people.
Yeah, I really should have capitalized when I had the chance. But a lot of people shout on him, right? But if you look at his gameplay, it's Piercer, Piercer, Piercer. I can just skim through it. Piercer, 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 Knuckle Blaster, Piercer. This is taking too long. I know, I take a minute to get to a point. That's the point of my streams. I like to talk. I like to get to my, I like to ramble. That's the point of this.
Driving the game to be challenging, I'm missing the point.
His fight against
V2
V2
boss fight
right?
so demanding?
It's so different from the rest of his
gameplay. It's a
gameplay.
hard boss fight. I got my ass kicked
There's
by
no
him
more
the
like
first
piercer
time,
spam. He's
and
shotgun
I got my ass
parrying.
kicked again this
He's
time.
throwing his
That's good.
coins.
I actually had to
like,
play
projectile
well
boosting.
to beat him. But doesn't that go against what everyone says? That the challenge of Ultra Kill comes from going for P rank or whatever, not the actual passing of the game's levels? Is this supposed to be a hard skill-based game or not?
We're not talking about Deltarune.
If all you want to do is
Deltarune.
style on fools, maybe you'd be happy with an endless arena of enemies that just stand there not attacking, and you can style to your heart's content with no cumbersome challenges getting in your way. I, on the other hand, want the game to present a challenge overall, not just in an end-of-level ranking system.
Not giving you a handout, bro. Who you think I am? Who you think I am? Who the fuck you think I am? You think I'm the dev? Think I can make free copies? You get me a free copy. Alright, then I'll get you a copy. God damn, I am not giving handouts. Maybe bring a tin cup. Shit. Shit. You good though. You're good though.
Happy to see a difficult boss fight finally. It doesn't make me use every single option and tactic there are. No game is going to do that. But it pushes me to experiment a little more. And that's what a game needs to do. The problem is that the game does nothing in the levels leading up to this boss fight to make you feel like any real strategy is
Find a
actually
website
Why are
called
you giving
Steam Room.
yourself like
There are
advice
5 stages
here?
in the prelude and 3 stages in
You
the
find
limbo
a website
chapter
called
that
Steam
hardly contain a sliver of demanding combat to make me stop relying on runaway charge
Also, use
pistol
Fit Girl.
spam.
I
And then
don't get why
suddenly
we're
you're
using
fighting
anything
the
other than
hardest
Fit
enemy
Girl
in
in
the game that's
2025.
treating you like you're already a seasoned veteran. It's like raising a child
I
for
have it.
18 years and
Am I
handing
on
them
Steam Rep?
everything in life, never asking them to do anything like cook, clean, work, fix something, and then suddenly kicking them out on the street and saying, find a
I've
way to
done it on, like,
survive or
2 times
die,
speed.
kid, good luck. That's no way to raise a strong person and set them up for success. After V2, the game goes back to being pretty easy to pass with runaway charge pistol spam, and I just don't agree with this kind of structure. If you think it's fine, well, okay. I know there's plenty of people who enjoy freestyling in a vacuum, but I don't want to feel like the skillful play is just occasionally demanded here and there and sprung on me out of nowhere. I want a game that makes me feel like I'm leveling up due to the escalating challenging nature of the level design and AI.
And this is, I think the rest of his video is kind of just the same points about ammo and whatnot. And this is true. This is true, and that's why it was fixed. In the later Act 2, Act 3 levels, you are way more challenged. It's really is a shame I haven't found anyone that you know, disagrees with Under the Mayo here, because everyone here has not heard of him, because he's kind of like relic of the past, you know. His name's lost to time. But I would love to hear what actual critiques there are of Under the Mayo, because the only thing you can shit on him for is the ammo thing. Everything else, you just can't make a game that's like all the challenge should be on yourself, right? Like the game should challenge you, right? That's the point of this game, and it has been, which is good. But you know, his video was made before Act 3 and all that, so
pistol and lack of combat intensity make it easy to not notice anything. For as good as Ultra Kill's Act 2 additions and rebalancing are, and for as much as I appreciate the steps towards integrating the style meter into the gameplay loop with health regeneration rewards, the game is still really bad at getting you ready for the difficulty spikes.
yeah.
Finally,
like I said,
in the later
you can't argue that, because it is. The game is bad at getting you
parts
ready
of the
for
Greed chapter, in
V2
Act
and
2,
Yo, is
stuff.
this
I feel like
gameplay of him using something other than the piercer?
Yeah, because he's now in Act 2, where it's more
Holy
challenging.
moly.
Yeah, the game becomes more challenging, which is good. But to get to this point, you have to beat V2. And to beat V2, you need to be set up properly. And the game does not do
can't
that.
play dumb anymore, and it's a great feeling,
Yeah, I just beat
especially with the
him to
rebalancing
the
the game
entire
scene and
Act
certain
1,
AI.
so-
Oh yeah,
and
you
being
just
punished for not
you did the exact same thing, but with projectile boosting, so it was moderately stronger.
engaging the style meter.
Yeah,
Ultra
just
Kill
do it
starts
like
to feel like
Yeah.
a pretty fun game outside of personal style challenges, and that's where this Act 2 update succeeds. Before this update, I really only had fun in the cyber grind, because the cyber grind made me stop playing dumb. Now, Act 2 feels more like the cyber grind. The pressure is really turned up. Just look at the footage. I'm no professional, obviously, but I'm using projectile boosts, timing my railgun shots to refill health, flying around with a whiplash. It's fun. It's fun because it's helping me be victorious. I'm not looking at the style meter or ranking system at all. I'm playing this way because it's helping me survive. It's making me enjoy the Ultra Kill combat loop in a way that I wasn't before, and that is the point I need to get to for me to be interested in the extra stylish stuff, which I'm
Yeah, again, the video is
finally
just kind of
starting
that.
to around and
It's a shame no one's arguing. I need to find the #1 Under the Mayo hater if they're not all in retirement.
Why not just join the Ultra Kill Discord and say you're going to argue about Under the Mayo's critique?
Because I think that's called self-promotion, and it makes me look really gay. Do you know how gay that is to go into a random server? Hey guys, I'm gonna be
It's
live.
not a random server, it's the server.
I'm gonna be live in 5 minutes talking about how much I love Under the Mayo. I'm gonna get called a like
You don't have
cock
to say that,
jockey.
just literally say,
do whatever.
hey, I've watched
Style of
Under
no
the Mayo's
consequence.
like
But I like it when a
video.
game throws
This ain't all
limitations
that bad
my way,
actually.
and it's nice to see
You
Ultra
get at
Kill
least
say,
2 people
no, you
arguing
can't just
you
fly
right
around
there.
the air here and run away, you don't have the space. The new rocket launcher is cool, but its utility wasn't too obvious for me. I ended up not using it because the update launched without the ability to rebind the weapon key, so it was too awkward to integrate into my gameplay. I've experimented
Real
with it a little
shit.
bit since then, and I've seen videos doing crazy things with this weapon, so I'm sure there's a bunch of possibilities. People are riding the rockets, and that's just crazy. It's stuff like that that makes me really understand why people love this game so much. The whiplash has been rebalanced to build up hard damage if you're abusing it, which is cool because the insane mobility it grants can definitely trivialize fights sometimes. Looking at the patches, this seems to be
Where
something
is
that's
our
still being
latest 7
adjusted,
red
so I'm
only
not gonna
video?
comment further on it. I like the direction they're taking though.
When all
You
of
hear how
Act 3
positive
comes
I'm being?
out,
It's because when
that's when you
talking
get
about the
it.
changes, I'm really inspired by where the game's going. But when I talk about the problems the changes
Why's the
haven't
name change
addressed,
color?
I get negative all over again. The first 4 chapters of
Apple
Ultra
guy.
Kill still need serious work to
was
lead the
red
player up to the
before.
insanity of the later levels. Without that good pacing, a player can arrive at those later fights having learned nothing, and now it's like they're starting from zero just trying to make it through. At this point, I'm really looking forward to what comes next for Ultra Kill. I hope the creative boss fights keep coming, I hope the intense combat encounters continue to add new, fresh elements, I hope the balance continues to tighten, and I hope they push further in the direction of making the style meter and other mechanics important to the gameplay.
I mean, this
and
guy
if they're
did
not
say
going to straight up
Leviathan
change
was one of his favorite bosses.
Oh yeah, he did say that. That was a thing Under the Mayo said. But it's damn Zone Stool and Red Only. Yes, I hate that thing. I'm not. You want me to take off the feedback? That makes the game boring as shit. But
You know,
for the
while
most
talking
part,
about Under the Mayo, I was playing some Silksong. I found a way to play Silksong as Under the Mayo, dude. I've got a gun with limited ammo. He's gonna love this.
holy ammo in Silksong. This is game of the year. I think I'm gonna wrap this up.
I have a gun.
It was a shame that no one, could really argue, but because I want to see what people actually think of this guy, because he's villainized like so fucking much. Yeah, anytime you try have a serious discussion, they all just kind of realize how retarded they sound by shitting on this guy blindly. But I think that's all. Wait, let me plug.
Plug our Discord.
Plug. Hi, Red Only guy. Can you make layer 7? I'm on it right now. I'm actually on.
Don't worry,
I'm on
bro.
layer 9. I have an early access build to get Red Only out just for you. I'm in cahoots with Hikita, who's blocked me on Twitter, by the way, because I didn't say that.
I knew we were missing something.
I knew it. I got it out there. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go play Silksong and complain about it because I hate Silksong. Have a
This
good
gun
night.
is really bad.
Hopefully I can direct Under the Mayo